personally, BazBall lacks patience. I don't think it would work for New Zealand's test. This might work in India. I think England would lose these ashes.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Everything Sports Podcast. And today we have Nikunj back with us again. And we'll be discussing BazBall. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. हाँ, तो निकुंज, BazBall होता क्या है? Let's start with that first of all.
So, England basically was going through a very bad form and time in the test cricket. वो अपने last 17 में से 16 matches हारे थे. When they started to become pressure on the England cricket board, okay, you need to do something about this. So what they did was they changed the coach to Brendan McCullum. Where the name BazBall came into picture? क्योंकि Brendan McCullum जब player थे, उनका nickname था Baz, and it's inspired totally by him. And at the same time, Joe Root also stepped down as the England captain, and Ben Stokes became the England captain.
This is approximately 3 years ago.
This is 2021 to 22, 2 years, couple of years ago. This is where BazBall came into play. What BazBall exactly is a mentality, is a strategy of positive red ball cricket. Basically, BazBall के हिसाब से, no matter what situation your team is in, you always play positive cricket. You always play open strokes. You always play run scoring shots. And this was inspired from Baz himself. Because as we all remember, Brendan McCullum as a player also, he was a very open player. He was a very aggressive player, and that shows in this English team, the mentality they've got, the players they've got, the skill set that they are headed for, and a lot of people have criticized it, and a lot of people assume that this is what the future of Test cricket would look, because this is a more entertaining, a more run scoring form of cricket, especially Test cricket.
Yes, but ऐसा नहीं लगता कि you have to have a certain amount of good informed batters for this strategy to work.
Maybe
because if your batters aren't informed, then like hitting shots randomly would be a problem.
And
right?
Especially when you are under that pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, when
right now the
Ashes are going on, and when we saw the second Ashes ka test match, we saw in the second innings that England was under pressure, under a lot of pressure, and they lost 4 or 5 wickets in a single session.
Yeah.
So that shows कि, see, this, I think personally BazBall lacks patience. It's a good start.
Definitely, it's like a quick way to get there.
Yeah, it's a good start. It gets people in the seats, it gets eyeballs to the game, and it does help out in a lot of situations.
Especially for today's audience.
Especially because when we have seen games that happen in IPL T20 matches, and when we have seen ODI matches, it's very obvious that Test match हमें उतना appealing नहीं लगेगा.
Like obviously, but recently, when you think about Test cricket, I think there has been like a resurgence in terms of viewership.
Yeah.
But like for Team India, it hasn't been because of BazBall. Right?
Yeah.
It's been because of Kohli captaining the Test team for like so many years and being so aggressive and everything. And then the Australia series, which was amazing.
But when you see BazBall और कोहली की कैप्टनसी में ना, तो एक बेस पॉइंट कॉमन रहता था कि दोनों अग्रेसिवनेस पे बिल्ड है. You need aggressiveness first of all to win those 5 days, get through those 5 days, and then engage the people who are watching it, the audience enough कि वो 5 दिन तक they are with you in that match, right?
But you still have to balance your squad in terms of people who will use that mindset and play those big shots, and you need people who will tire out the bowlers. Like players like Pujara basically, who can like bat and bat. Or you definitely need some of them, because in some situations you need that one player to be there for so long and tire out the bowlers so that they change their entire strategy.
And अभी Ashes में मुझे ये भी लगा कि BazBall somewhere, because it's new, they've only played 9 or 10 test matches with it so far.
10.
And this is the 10th test match going on, the third Ashes. It's the 10th test match going on, so it's still not very tight. It's they still have loose ends, they still have gaps in the strategies, in the mindset, and that's where Australia has been taking amazing advantage of England.
But I think it takes time. Like you need to give it time. It's like football in this case. Like you need to give the manager some time.
Maybe we can compare it to that, but then my simple question from that strategy is कि जब हम लोगों ने Ashes के day one पे हम लोगों ने first innings England की देखी, and we saw them score 350 plus, right?
Yeah.
370 something में था, 350 plus. Now we understand उन्होंने declare कर दिया because they wanted this match not to end in draw. But what happened was, so when they declared it, right? So the winning probability went from winning or draw to winning, draw or losing. They added an extra risk to that element. I mean, if you've got a world class team like Australia down, you make sure that you hammer them down completely and then move on to the game.
I think that declaration was definitely a mistake.
Yeah.
It was so much it was a very different way to play.
Yeah.
Because first of all is the Ashes, so
Yeah.
you have that pressure, and under that pressure, I think with that hunger to win the Ashes, you shouldn't be declaring those kinds of innings,
And
especially
Australia,
against teams like Australia who
Yeah.
are so informed.
and
right now.
they're coming on back of just winning
World
of the World
Championship,
Test
yeah.
Championship.
It's actually very weird. I think. Like, do you think BazBall would have worked for any other current Test team?
I mean, we can argue
Let's
that.
have a New Zealand itself.
Okay,
right?
New Zealand-
Brendan McCallum's home.
I don't think
If Brendan McCallum coached New Zealand right now,
Yeah.
would it work for New Zealand?
I don't think it would work for New Zealand's test team. I feel
They were the champions last year.
I mean they were, but then you see the strategies that New Zealand plays with. This might work in India. This might work in India because we have those
That
hard
batting
hitters,
power.
that batting power, and we have resources. We have the pool of talent that can bat that way, even if they are not batting that way currently.
Maybe उससे KL राहुल का फॉर्म बच जाए.
I have my doubts. किसी भी टॉप ऑर्डर बैट्समैन का या for that matter किसी भी टॉप ऑर्डर बैट्समैन का इंडिया में फॉर्म बच जाए.
नहीं, but I really feel like कि BazBall for a team like even Pakistan,
Yeah.
like not right now, a year or two ago,
Yeah.
Pakistan when they were getting better,
Yeah.
for their test team, it would work a lot. I think.
You need that talent in the
Yeah,
test team for
definitely.
BazBall to work. I don't think BazBall can coexist like without talent. You can expect the players to just rely on the strategy, not be
Yeah,
that
but
skilled.
You have to build it inside them, right? That's the thing I'm saying. कि like time चाहिए आपको इतना चीज करने के लिए. Because
Maybe.
especially think about it, right? England के भी 10th test match है. अभी like they've had 3 test matches row में.
Yeah.
वरना they have other series also like T20s, ODIs, and players are going off to the IPL to like there's the 100 series right now coming up. So like ये सब भी चलता रहता है. So they can't like purely focus on this one
Yes.
task कि हम टेस्ट क्रिकेट में BazBall को सक्सेस करके लें. तो आई थिंक थोड़ा टाइम like at least 20 मैचेस तो आई थिंक उनको देने चाहिए minimum
Fair.
कि like उसके बाद जज करवाओ.
But what becomes a task for England now is that they are coming. I think England would lose these Ashes because of course 2-0 down
Yeah,
though
yeah.
अभी है. Yeah. And the thing is, they'll be coming out of a Ashes loss, as I predict after the series.
A second Ashes loss.
A second Ashes loss, and BazBall has been working for them. You can statistically see that. Of course, it's been working for them. But now the main task is they need to identify what went wrong, and they need to change it fast because it's such a aggressive and such a unorthodox way of cricket, of Test cricket. People would want to replace it as soon as possible, as soon as they fail once.
I think the stuff like that declaration and all
Yeah.
this, I think BazBall came in too quick for the players. Like
Yeah.
they weren't ready for the small decision making things that come with it,
And-
right? Like because it's not only about choosing the right shot to play
Yeah.
in the moment, but it's about the entire thing, right? Like winning. And as a captain, Ben Stokes is also young,
Yeah.
so I kind of understand where they're coming from,
Mhm.
but still. I think like 10 more matches, they should be much better
Much better
with this mindset.
Again, they need to improve on the fact that the aggressive form of cricket is there, but the common theme that
That's the future, I think.
that is the
Yeah.
future. No doubt about this, and this is something very historical in the Test cricket that we are witnessing. We are just maybe not realizing it as of now.
Definitely.
But I feel that they need to introduce patience to that strategy. They need to understand when is BazBall important, when can we pause, give BazBall a pause, and when can we play more sensibly, when is a bowler or a pitch unplayable for the BazBall strategy. I mean, we saw so many times Australia maybe कि वो लोग एक सेशन में they used to lose 4-5 wickets because it's an unplayable condition. That condition wasn't meant for making big shots. English players, English batsmen were trying to make those big shots, and they were giving out edges, they were giving out catches, they were getting bowled. It was all over the place. I mean, that's when you need to realize, that's when experience comes to play, that okay, this is not the time to do that. This is a time to just let Australia have the win, let the opponent have the win, and then we'll recover in the next 2 sessions.
I think if they incorporate all of this stuff into it, it would be much better. But yeah, that's the thing. Like as you said, we are witnessing like a major shift in cricket.
Yeah,
and it's like it's about time. I think it's because like when you look at other sports like Formula One or something like that, they've had to shift their strategies to cater to this more like distracted audience.
Yeah.
हम भी उसका ही part हैं, फिर भी because like stuff like the IPL and like they're like I think 15 series going on in a year, T20 or T10s or something like that, and that has made fans impatient with sports. Even like you see football right now, like going to that extra 30 minutes if your match is drawn, and then going to penalties and all that. Nowadays, a lot of people don't watch the entire thing because they can't tolerate so much time watching something, and that's weird. But I think Test cricket will shift, like will complete its shift.
At the end of the day, even sports is a form of entertainment, I feel.
Yeah, it's definitely
and when you compare that to entertainment and media in general, you understand that the competition any sport holds is not just with the sport itself, with the different format of the sport.
It's with all entertainment.
It's with all entertainment. Even movies are taking up spaces for sports.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing, right? Even in content, short form content is the way to go, right? Like reels and everything. Like you have to, if you're making a reel, if you're an influencer, you have to have that instant like one liner in the beginning to get someone hooked. Otherwise, they're just gonna scroll up because there's so much going on in the world.
And then you imagine with all of that, it's how difficult it must be to engage a set of audience for 5 days.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing where I feel the audience is wrong because that the journey makes the destination better. You know, like watching a full test match and then having that 5th day ka last 2 overs ka aisa decider ki like this team needs 1 wicket and this team needs like 10 runs. And you're like, oh shit, 2 overs bache hain sirf. And that is like that thing. Then you like get so like involved into it, like you feel what the players are feeling. Because you like,
you'll be almost equally invested in
like Kohli उधर चिल्ला रहा है तो हम भी चिल्ला रहे थे.
Kohli तो वैसे भी बहुत चिल्लाता है. अच्छा, but my point is that what do you say about the climatic finishes or entertaining sport? वो तो IPL 20 overs में भी दे ही देता है.
हाँ, but like
think about 5 days,
like which was better?
What?
Any IPL match or that India versus Australia series, the Test series in Australia, the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
Okay, so the Border Gavaskar Trophy was.
Just tell me which was better. And do you even remember any climactic IPL finishes right now?
इस season भी थी यार, इस season.
कौन सी बताइए? See, no. if you watch the full test match for 5 days, it has a better and much higher like satisfaction
It stays with you for
any like
longer.
2020 over thing because there's so many 2020 over matches in a year, man. Like you can't possibly remember. Like maybe yeah, fine if you're a super fan of like one player or
Yeah,
team,
yeah.
you can remember like 1 or 2 matches.
Yeah.
Like I'm a fan of KKR, so I remember that final
Yeah.
and that guy hitting the four.
I mean, CSK gave a good final this season.
Yeah, but again, you don't like remember big instances.
Achha, okay, so let's get this back to BazBall.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think okay. So BazBall, मेरे ख्याल से what one benefit BazBall holds is it somewhere unifies as England, right?
Hmm.
It unifies the strategy in all three cricket formats.
Yeah, I think that is very important.
Yeah, like they have this unique and very single-minded strategy of attack. No matter the format, attack. And I think that would spread. And if it works in Test cricket well, you can transfer those. When you take those Test players for ODIs, then for T20s, you might have a unified squad. You might have a unified mentality in that squad. And in the long run, if this does work out in England's favor, England can get a lot of things right in this very difficult environment and difficult formats to play.
Yeah, I agree. So, who do you think is going to win the Ashes this year? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.